Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about something incredibly important for our health that often gets overlooked: vitamin D. We sometimes call it the sunshine vitamin, and for a very good reason. Our bodies are amazing machines, and they can actually make most of the vitamin D they need when our skin is exposed to sunlight. This special vitamin plays a huge role in keeping us healthy from the inside out. It's not just about strong bones, it affects our immune system, our mood, and even how our muscles work. Thinking about our health in a complete way means we must pay attention to these small but mighty helpers like vitamin D. It's a cornerstone of our general well-being. So, what exactly does vitamin D do? Its most famous job is helping our bodies absorb calcium and phosphate from the food we eat. These minerals are the essential building blocks for our bones. Imagine you're building a brick wall. Calcium and phosphate are the bricks, but vitamin D is the builder that puts them all in place, making the wall strong and sturdy. Without enough vitamin D, your body simply can't get the calcium it needs, no matter how much milk you drink or cheese you eat. This process is vital throughout our lives, from when we are growing as children to when we are older and want to keep our bones robust. This vital role in bone health is why a lack of vitamin D can cause serious problems. In children, a severe deficiency can lead to a condition called rickets, which results in soft, weak, and often bent bones. In adults, it can lead to something similar called osteomalacia, which causes bone pain and tenderness. It also increases the risk of osteoporosis, a condition where bones become brittle and are more likely to break or fracture from a simple fall. Keeping your vitamin D levels up is like having a secret shield for your skeleton, protecting it and keeping it strong for years to come. But the story doesn't end with bones. More and more research shows that vitamin D is important for many other parts of our body. It helps our immune system fight off infections, so it can help protect us from coughs and colds. Some studies even suggest it might play a part in regulating our mood and protecting us against conditions like heart disease and multiple sclerosis, though more research is needed here. It's clear that this vitamin is a key player in our overall health, working quietly behind the scenes to keep our bodies running smoothly. It's a true multitasker for our well-being. Now you might be wondering, if our bodies can make vitamin D from sunlight, how can anyone become deficient? Well, there are several common reasons why this happens. The most obvious one is a lack of sun exposure. In winter especially, it may be very difficult to get enough sunlight between October and early March. People who spend a lot of time indoors, perhaps because they work in an office, are housebound, or cover their skin for cultural reasons, are also at a higher risk. The sun needs to hit our skin directly for our bodies to get to work making this essential vitamin. Another major cause is not getting enough vitamin D from your diet. While sunlight is the main source, we can get small amounts from certain foods. Oily fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are excellent sources. You can also find it in red meat, liver, and egg yolks. In some countries, foods like breakfast cereals, fat spreads, and milk are fortified with vitamin D to help people boost their intake. However, for many people, especially those following a vegetarian or vegan diet, it can be very challenging to get enough from food alone. This makes paying attention to diet and other sources even more important. Certain health conditions can also interfere with how your body absorbs or uses vitamin D. For instance, people with digestive conditions like Crohn's disease or celiac disease may have trouble absorbing the vitamin from their food, even if they eat plenty of it. Obesity can also be a factor, as vitamin D can get trapped in fatty tissue, making it less available for the body to use. Similarly, as we get older, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight, and our kidneys may not be as good at converting it into its active form. It's a combination of factors that can lead to deficiency. The tricky thing about vitamin D deficiency is that the symptoms can be very subtle, or you might not have any at all. This is why it's often called a silent condition. Some people might feel tired all the time, or experience general aches and pains in their bones and muscles. They might just put it down to being busy or getting older. Other signs can include frequent infections, feeling low or depressed, or even hair loss. Because these symptoms are so common and can be caused by many other things, a vitamin D deficiency can go unnoticed for a very long time, quietly affecting your health without you realizing it. While mild symptoms like tiredness might not seem like a big deal, a long-term severe vitamin D deficiency can lead to more serious health problems. As I mentioned, the impact on bone health is significant. The risk of osteoporosis and fractures becomes much higher, which can have a huge impact on your mobility and quality of life, especially as you get older. A simple trip or fall could result in a broken hip, which can be a life-altering event. Protecting our bones is a long-term investment in our future independence and health, and vitamin D is a crucial part of that protection plan. The potential consequences extend beyond our skeleton. Ongoing research continues to explore links between low vitamin D levels and other chronic health issues. Some studies have suggested a connection to an increased risk of certain cancers, autoimmune diseases like multiple sclerosis, and cardiovascular disease, which affects the heart and blood vessels. While we need more research to fully understand these links, it shows just how important this vitamin might be for our entire system. It acts as a regulator for many different processes in the body, and when levels are low, it can throw things off balance in ways we are only just beginning to understand. So, who needs to be particularly mindful of their vitamin D levels? Certain groups of people are naturally more at risk of becoming deficient. Older adults, especially those over 65, are a key group because their skin produces less vitamin D and they may spend more time indoors. People with darker skin tones, such as those of African Caribbean or South Asian descent, also need more sun exposure to produce the same amount of vitamin D as someone with lighter skin. This is because the melanin in their skin, which provides protection from the sun, also reduces vitamin D production. Other at-risk groups include anyone who is housebound or lives in a care home and doesn't get outdoors very often. People who cover up most of their skin when they are outside, whether for religious or personal reasons, will also struggle to make enough vitamin D. And as mentioned, individuals with certain medical conditions that affect fat absorption, or those who are obese, should also be aware. If you fall into any of these categories, it's a good idea to be extra vigilant about your vitamin D status, and perhaps talk to a healthcare professional about your risk. If you're worried that you might have a vitamin D deficiency because you have symptoms or fall into a high-risk group, what should you do? The first step is to speak to a healthcare professional, like your GP. They can listen to your concerns, and if they think it's necessary, they can arrange for a simple blood test. This test, often called a 25-hydroxy vitamin D test, is the only way to know for sure what your vitamin D levels are. It's a very straightforward procedure that measures the amount of the vitamin in your blood and will clearly show if your levels are too low. The great news is that treating a vitamin D deficiency is usually very simple and effective. The most common approach is to take vitamin D supplements. Your doctor will recommend the right dose for you based on your blood test results. For most people with a mild deficiency, a daily supplement is enough to bring their levels back up to normal. In cases of a more severe deficiency, a doctor might prescribe a short course of high-dose vitamin D tablets or injections to boost your levels more quickly before moving on to a lower daily maintenance dose. It's a very manageable condition. Alongside supplements, making some small lifestyle changes can also help. Try to get some sensible sun exposure during the spring and summer months. This doesn't mean you should sunbathe for hours and risk skin damage. For most people, just 10 to 15 minutes of sun on their forearms, hands, or lower legs a few times a week, without sunscreen, is enough. You can also try to include more vitamin D-rich foods in your diet. Adding oily fish to your weekly menu, or choosing fortified cereals and spreads can make a positive difference and support your overall health and well-being. Ultimately, the most important thing is not to ignore your concerns. If you've been feeling unusually tired, achy, or just not yourself, it's worth considering if a lack of vitamin D could be playing a part. Don't self-diagnose or start taking high-dose supplements without medical advice. Have a chat with your doctor. They can provide you with personalized advice and ensure you get the right treatment if you need it. Taking care of your vitamin D levels is a simple but powerful step towards better health. So please, look after yourself.